Hello students, I hope you all would be fine. Today we will start English grammar because already we have covered so much of portion in English literature, but now we are supposed to continue English grammar. And the new lesson which we will continue today, that is verbs infinitives. It is fifth lesson, and up to fourth lesson we have covered earlier. In the fourth lesson, before the summer vacations, we were continuing. Some exercises were left that I am also sending you today. You complete that exercise of fourth lessons which are left over, and fifth lesson also I am sending you today. So first of all, we will discuss about the topic. The name of the lesson is verbs infinitives. First of all, we should come to know that what a verb is. We all know from junior class we have studied verbs are action doing words. The words which indicates that any action has been done. Action doing words. Suppose that play, go, sit, eat. Any action which is being done. I am going, he is playing, they sit in the class. So these words which indicates the action being done, that is called verb. Now we will study about the types of the verbs. First is transitive verbs. Very easy lecture it is. If you will listen it properly, I am very sure you will be able to understand it quite well, quite nicely, and you will be able to do the exercise given on the basis of this chapter. But if you will listen the lecture carefully, then only. So first of all, transitive verb. Transitive verb, it requires an object. You all know what is the object. Object means anything which is directly related to the verb. Suppose that I found the necklace. Here action is find. Past tense of find is found. I found. Now anything is related to found. What did I find? If I am asking the question by adding what if any answer I am getting, that is the object. So I am adding what to the verb? Verb is find, and I am adding what? What did I find? Necklace. So here the necklace is answer coming, and this is the object. That is why it will be transitive verb. It requires object. My father gave me a watch. So what did my father give me? Watch. This is also a transitive verb. So wherever any object is mentioned, that is called transitive verb. We all know it. We have studied it. In transitive verb, it requires no object. Suppose that the dog jumped. See here any object is there. We will ask the question by adding what to the verb. Verb is jumped. Now we will ask what dog jumped. Nothing answer is coming. So if no answer is coming, no any word is there which is directly related to the verb, that is called intransitive verb. Suppose that if I say Lata Mangeshkar sings. Suppose that if I say Lata Mangeshkar sings. What do Lata Mangeshkar sing? We are not getting any answer. So that is called a intransitive verb, where there is no object. By adding what to the verb, if we are getting no proper answer, that is called intransitive verb. So transitive verb and intransitive verb we all came to understand. Now detransitive verb. Detransitive verb, first of all we will study that it requires one direct and one indirect object. Here in transitive verb we require an object. In intransitive verb we did not require any object. Here one object, here zero object. Transitive verb one object, intransitive verb zero object, and detransitive verb one direct object and one indirect object. Here in detransitive verbs we require one direct object and one indirect object. Suppose that she gifted the book to me. Suppose that she gifted the book to me. Here I am underlining it. Object here. Transitive verb, necklace is the object. That is why it will be transitive verb. Here intransitive verb no object. Detransitive verb one direct object, one indirect object. She gifted the book to me. Now what did she gift? That is called book. I am getting the answer now. It means it is the object. She gifted the book. and who is benefiting by the book. If any more thing is there, na, who is benefiting by the book? She gifted the book to me, then I am benefiting. So me is also the object, but it is the indirect object, and book is the direct object. The thing which is directly linked to the verb, that is direct object, and who is being benefited by the verb, that thing will be indirect object. Suppose that if I say I gave my bag to the porter. Now I gave my bag to the porter. Let us ask for with the question what? What did I give? And the answer I am getting bag. So bag is the direct object, and who is benefiting? Porter is benefiting. So porter is the indirect object. So where there is one direct and one indirect object, that will be the transitive verb. So here one object, here zero object, here one object, one direct object and one indirect object. Now we will come on complement. Complement also comes where there is indirect object, but there is no object, but there are some words which are related to the subject. Suppose that if I say Lata Mangeshkar sings melodiously, it is there na, Lata Mangeshkar sings melodiously. I am writing here this one, Lata Mangeshkar sings melodiously. Now if I say whether it is a transitive verb or intransitive verb, let us ask from the action word, that is sing. Sing is the verb here. Now we will ask the question what does Lata Mangeshkar sings? Any answer we are getting? No, we are not getting. Melodiously is not the answer. So but melodiously is the word which has been come for Lata Mangeshkar. How does Lata Mangeshkar sings? Melodiously. So if any word which has come with the indirect object, that is not the if any verb which has come with the verb which is not the direct object but it is indirect object. Any word which has come with the verb which is not a direct object but it is an indirect object, and it is directly related to the subject. Suppose that here melodiously is the word, ठीक है, melodiously is the word which has come with sings. यहाँ पर हम आज क्वेश्चन करेंगे सिंग से, व्हाट डज लता मंगेशकर सिंग्स. कोई आंसर नहीं मिल रहा है, नो आंसर वी आर गेटिंग. So if we are getting no any answer, but one word is there which is related, which is directly added to the verb, so it is telling about Lata Mangeshkar. So any word which has been coming for the subject but it is not the direct object, that is called the complement. Suppose that if I say the dog jumped fiercely. Now here you see the dog jumped fiercely. What did dog jump? Any answer we are not getting. So that is why this is the intransitive word. But fiercely is added to the word jumped. That is why, and fiercely has come for the dog, the subject. That is why fiercely will be the complement here. So you came to understand what is complement. Now finite verbs and non-finite verbs. This is the main topic. Infinitives. Infinitives we are going to study. And first of all we will study about finite verbs. Finite verbs change according to the tense. Suppose that go, the past tense of go is went, the future tense of go is gone. It is being changed, na? Go, went, gone. Play, played, played. It is being changing. Sit, sat, sat. Sit, sat, sit. Sit, sat, sat. So any words, do, did, done, any word whose form is changed according to the tense, that is called finite verb. You see here go, play, sit, eat, sing, any words, sing, sang, sung, its form is being constantly changing, na? If any word whose form is being changed according to the tense, that will be called finite verbs. And non-finite verbs are those words which do not change according to the tense of the according to the tense. Suppose that if I say I like to eat samosas. If I am saying an example, I am giving you, I like to eat samosas. So like is the verb here, but to eat we cannot change its form, to eat. So to eat, to go, to play, to sing, wherever to is added to any verb, that form cannot be changed. and it is used as a noun form. Although when we are hearing it, we are thinking that it is a verb, but actually that is not a verb, it is a noun. Suppose that if I say I want to write, in Hindi इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि मैं लिखना चाहता हूँ. लिखना is a noun here, it's not a verb. So it comes as a noun. While we hear it, when we hear it, we feel that it is a verb, but it is not a verb, it is a noun, and it always comes with to. Suppose that here you say she likes to bake cake. Now here you see to bake. To has come with the word bake, na? That is why it will be infinitive. So now in non-finite verbs there are of three kinds: infinitive, gerund, and participle. Infinitive, gerund, and participle. But infinitive and gerund, they act as a noun, and participle it acts as a verb. Suppose that here she likes to bake cake. वो केक बेक करना चाहती है, उसको केक बेक करना पसंद है. टू बेक ये नाउन की तरह से आ रहा है. It has come with a noun, like a noun. Although when we hear, we are thinking it is a verb, but it is not a verb, it is a noun. To bake, it has come like noun, and while we hear we are thinking it is like a noun, verb. So where it is coming with to, it will be infinitive. Now second is gerund. Gerund also comes as a noun. ये भी noun की तरीके से ही आता है gerund. But here it comes with ing form. She likes baking cake. उसको केक बेक करना पसंद है. यहाँ भी baking, this is a noun. This is not a verb. While we are hearing it, we are thinking that it is a verb, but actually it is not a verb, it is a noun. So but while we are seeing it, we are thinking it is a verb, but it is coming in ing form. When a noun is coming in ing form, that is called a gerund. When it is coming with to, it is infinitive. When it is coming with to, it is infinitive. When it is coming with gerund form, with ing in noun form, that is called gerund. And participle is the word which comes in the verb form. Suppose that she is baking cake. Here it is not coming like a noun, but it is coming like a verb. She is baking cake. वो केक बेक कर रही है. She is baking. Is baking is the word here, and ing is the word which is added to the verb, and it is not come. It has not come here in a noun form, but it has come in the verb form. That is why it will be participle. So non-finite verbs are of three types: infinitive, gerund, and participle. Infinitive and gerund acts as a noun. Participle acts as a verb. इन्फिनेटिव और जेरेंड जो है वो नाउन की तरह काम करता है, फिर पार्टिसिपल जो है वो वर्ब की तरह काम करता है. इन्फिनेटिव में टू लगता है और जेरेंड में आईएनजी लगता है, बट ये दोनों नाउन फॉर्म में आते हैं, और पार्टिसिपल में भी आईएनजी लगता है, बट इट कम्स विद द एज अ वर्ब फॉर्म. सो दिस वाज द होल चैप्टर. वी हैव डन इट, and the PDF I am sending you. Try to understand, do the exercises, one or two exercises you try to do it by yourself. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a wonderful day.